Anthropic just raised $30 billion. Microsoft also quietly shipped an adult supervision layer for agents. If you are selling agents into a company with an auditor, this is the week the buyer starts asking for paper, not demos.
Hey, it is Friday, February 13th. The agent era is forcing new control layers. Money is chasing control as much as capability. Anthropic reportedly raised $30 billion at a $380 billion valuation. They are claiming a $14 billion revenue run rate and 7x growth in customers paying over $100,000 a year. Total funding is now around $64 billion. That is buy your own destiny scale for computing and distribution.
Fine, but who pays when the agent sends the wrong email to a customer list at 2 a.m.? The contract addendum I see in real life asks for tamper-proof records and a named human who approves risky actions. If your pitch is, "We have a smarter model," procurement hears, "We have a bigger bill."
If I were building a company that still says, "We are building a model," I would change the pitch this week to, "We own one workflow end to end." I would prove it with a business number, like cutting support handle time by 20%. Honestly, I do not know how fast this consolidation finishes. I do know it changes your roadmap.
I can work with that, but only if it shows up as a line item I can defend. If you cannot point to a workflow owner inside my company, you do not get access to the real systems. And if you cannot show me records, you do not get a second meeting.
That consolidation pressure is why Microsoft just launched Agent 365, a control dashboard for managing large groups of agents inside a company. It is positioned as a registry plus a rules layer. Who can do what gets recorded, and what needs approval before it runs. This is Microsoft saying, agents are becoming a new kind of software, and we want to be the place IT trusts. Great, another dashboard. Who is on the hook when it breaks? Microsoft or me? I have lived through one pane of glass promises that turn into 5 vendors blaming each other while my on-call schedule lights up. If the approval step is clunky, people route around it with shared passwords and, just this once, exceptions. I buy that, and I think this only works if approvals feel faster than the workaround. If it takes 30 seconds to get a green light, teams will use it. If it takes a day, they will create a hidden pathway around your safety checks and call it being scrappy. If you sell agents into enterprises, integrate with the buyer's sign-in system early, because the moment Microsoft is the default control layer, your standalone admin console becomes a tax.
Here is my "so what" as the buyer. I want one owner for failures and one place to pull records. If your product cannot plug into my access rules, it stays in a demo environment, and I will not staff a new team just to babysit your agent.
Quick hit. 1Password just open-sourced a benchmark called Scam. It tests whether agents can spot scams and social engineering before they hand over credentials. This is a mainstream security vendor turning agent safety into a score you can ask for in procurement. That is the first thing today that sounds like it will survive an audit. If my agent reads my inbox, it is going to get tricked by a fake "reset your password" message unless you prove otherwise. So my action item is simple. No score, no access. If I were running security for a team, I would pick the single agent that can touch credentials or click links. I would run it through a scam resistance test before expanding access. Promising demos are cheap, but a repeatable test is something you can put in a contract. Treat the score as a minimum bar, because teams will try to game it. If a vendor refuses a basic scam resistance test, that is my answer. No access. Next call. Also, if they argue about it for 10 minutes, I assume the score would be ugly. As OpenAI put it, China's DeepSeek uses unfair and increasingly sophisticated methods to extract data from leading US AI models. That line is going straight into a risk note, but it does not change my buying process. If you want my data, you show me how you keep it from leaking. If you cannot explain it plainly, I assume you cannot do it. Today, Do you buy the agent workflow or the control dashboard? This is readme.ai from Chain of Thought. See you tomorrow.